one again because of one stupid mistake, which is the most annoying thing about computer science. One stupid mistake will have you sitting there for hours trying to find out what you did wrong. Also, I've changed the headset, so hopefully the audio quality is slightly better. So let's get into question 3. Question 3 says, write a function called sum_n that calculates and returns the sum of whole numbers between 0 and n. Sum_n should take one argument. Sum_n, the argument should be an integer. Sum_n should return an integer, and sum_n should return 0 if the argument is not a positive value. So we start off with the return type. We see the return type here is an integer, so I'm going to put int, and then what we're going to call the function, I'm going to call it sum_n because that's what it tells us to do. And then in brackets we're going to put the argument type. It says here the argument type is an integer. So we're going to put int, and then here we can just call it what the input is, what we're going to take in, and I'm going to call that sum because it makes sense. It has to be a respectable name. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make the total mean something. So the total as it starts is 0, and I'll show you why. Because here we're making a for loop. For loops are used when it's not recursive, when we know exactly what it is we want. So what we want to do. So for int I equals 0, and while I is less than or equal to the sum, which is this one, which is the input, we want to add it by itself. And then we know the total plus equals I, which is self-explanatory. And then what we want to do is we want to return total. See how that modifies that into modifying that. So we'll pre-check it. Syntax is fine. We'll check the whole thing, and all tests are passed.